How's it going, YouTube? Oxy here, and welcome back. So, the Xbox Showcase came, right? And man, what can I say? This is arguably Xbox's greatest showcase ever. And, I'm not exaggerating, right? I think many would agree this is, if not the best, one of them. And yeah, it's, great to finally see them catch their stride, right? Because we're practically more than halfway through this console generation, and it's about time. But yeah, so many amazing announcements. Of course, I won't go through all of them. I'll just cover, I guess, like the big beats. But yeah, like it's a great time to be an Xbox fan. I'll say that. And what better way than to start? Well, the showcase technically started with Call of Duty, but it was more just a quick little like mashup trailer, and then they advertised that after the Xbox Direct there was like a 30-minute solo thing just for Call of Duty Black Ops 6. So yes, that was the start, but the real start for me was the my most exciting announcement, Doom: The Dark Ages, which yes, it was rumored and it's finally here. And while I mentioned I really wanted a Quake reboot, which could still happen again, have talked about before that id Software usually co-develops game as well. So if Doom: The Dark Ages is their next solo project, then Quake could be their collab with Machine Games, right? And that comes out in the next couple of years. But anyways, yeah, Doom: The Dark Ages. It looks amazing. It's essentially medieval Doom, right? Shout out to Heretic and Hexen, if any of you remember those 90s, classic shooters from Raven Software. But yeah, it looks awesome. I mean, hey, my few concerns again was hoping for Quake, but that quickly went away because I mean, more Doom isn't a bad thing. It looks amazing, and since the showcase, Hugo Martin and Martin Stratton, right, the creative director and like a studio head of id Software, they've done interviews, which I love them for. And yeah, they pretty much confirmed this is a prequel. This game takes place between Doom 64 and Doom 2016, right? This is a transition from essentially the Doom guy to the Doom Slayer. Where, of course, after Doom 64, he decided to stay in Hell. And with the new Lost levels, right, added to the re-release, I think it's explained there's like another mother demon. Her name was like the Resurrector, and she sent him to the first stage of Hell, like back in through time and space, because she sent him back in time, but then he ends up somehow through to Argent and Nur, like a whole new universe. We take it because the multiverse does exist in Doom. Because and of course the events of 2016 of Eternal, it's a new Earth being invaded by Hell. It's not his original one, and of course the Dark Ages will explore that time in between 64 and 2016. So it's exciting to see. And just like Hugo had stated before in previous interviews, this game is very much if Doom Eternal felt like a Ferrari or a fighter jet, like you're fast, right? You're up in the air, crazy movement. In this game, we'll feel like a monster truck or an Abrams tank, in the sense of like the philosophy of the last game was more jump and shoot, right? Or like dash and shoot. This one is stand and fight. So it's like we can go toe to toe with heavier demons and that sort of thing. And yeah, the trailer looks great. I love the flail. I love the shield saw, that rail spike, I believe they called it, which is like a powered up nail gun. Yeah, everything about the trailer, 10 out of 10. My best show reveal. And I love that they started with it. Again, not counting the Call of Duty thing, but really, who cares? And I love that Phil was able to present it and was like, oh, like this is very special to me. And yeah, it is coming out on like PlayStation as well. I have no issue with. I mean, again, I think it's definitely a title that will sell like hotcakes, right? So, hey, the more the merrier, you know. I don't hate that decision because I know Eternal sold really well, and I believe Dark Ages will probably sell even better. But moving along, I think some other good release, one that surprised me a lot was South of Midnight. So this is a game by Compulsion Games, which I guess their other title they're mainly known for, maybe not for the best reason, was We Happy Few, which a lot of people thought was like a cool Bioshock esque like vibe to it, but that the game could have been better. You know, like I guess people would probably rate that game like a 6, 7 out of 10. But then, honestly, everything we've seen of South of Midnight, it looks great. It's like your typical like action game, right? It has like combat a la probably like God of War or like Devil May Cry, it seemed. And you're fighting off these like weird shadow creatures. It definitely has like a how do I say it, like southern but like back at the bayou type vibe, like a Louisiana or that sort of thing, like voodoo. You know, like I think you get the vibe I'm trying to convey. Like it has that sort of setting, and yeah, like the gameplay looks great. And again, from a studio like Compulsion, that respectfully, is probably not known, well, really just in general, but for much. I thought the game looked really good, and yeah, like I'm genuinely interested to see it, to play it. Yeah, it was a surprise like thing. And then I guess another one I could talk about is Perfect Dark, right? I was right that a lot of these games that were released, like State of Decay 3 we saw again, like a lot of those games that just had trailers back in like 2020, and that was it. We finally saw more of them. Perfect Dark was another one. Now, no release date, which is fine because if you've kept up with like the behind the scenes stuff, of course, Perfect Dark was headed by the Initiative, a new studio made just like to start on new IPs or make new games for Xbox. They were having trouble, and then Crystal Dynamics was brought in, which I won't be surprised if Xbox tries to buy them up, because if you remember back with the Tomb Raider, the recent trilogy, right? The 2013 game, Rise, and then Shadow of the Tomb Raider. They were partially like Xbox timed exclusives, if I'm not wrong. So the relationship is there. But Crystal Dynamics was brought on board to like help because the game was going through development hell. And we got actual gameplay, actual look at it. And it's pretty interesting. It looks like it's like an immersive sim. It has some parkour a la like Mirror's Edge. Definitely gave like Deus Ex vibes, like the more modern games, and I'm all for it. I mean, Perfect Dark is a cult classic if you remember it on the Nintendo 64, or it was a 360 launch title, right? Perfect Dark Zero, and of course it was owned by Rare, and Microsoft owns them now. So to see this new title, I'm excited. It's like, again, bringing back an old IP, and it looks great graphically. I mean, we're in like the modern era, so games look amazing now. And again, another title I'm excited for. No release date, as I mentioned, but with this one, knowing that it went through development hell, I get it. I'm guessing that means this is probably safer to say a 2026 game or beyond. But if we're getting trailers like this, I think 2026 is fair. Yeah, but I'm excited. The game looks good. And I guess the last, what I call big game that was a surprise release, and all things considered, I guess it was a smart move to end the traditional showcase with, was the next Gears of War game, Gears of War E-Day, which pretty awesomely again, new Gears of War, not 6, how everyone thought. It's a prequel, of course, taking place during Emergence Day, the day that the Locusts attacked, right in the Gears of War lore, like D-Day for World War II. Right, that, of course, there's that, like, parallel of, like, a major event. And, yeah, so it's a young Marcus and Dom. So we see them, like, it's pretty crazy. Again, the Coalition, which the graphics are insane. I mean, as many say, they are the masters of the Unreal Engine, other than Epic themselves. You'd even argue the Coalition does it better than them. It was all in-game footage. Like, developers have come out and was like, yeah, the game will look like this. Stunning. Like, seriously, it looks great. And yeah, I'm excited. I think it was smart to end with that just to reassure Xbox fans. Because with the whole talks of like, oh, we're gonna make all our games multi-platform and not have like exclusivity, which I'm still not a big fan of. I still think you can have multi-plat games but still have core exclusives like Gears or Halo to Xbox. That's like is their brand, right? But nonetheless, I think it was a smart choice. It almost gave it gave the vibe of like the studio people just being like, yeah, we're gonna end with this to really show the Xbox fans like we're back. And again, it looked great. Now, truthfully, I've never been a big Gears of War guy myself, but the game looks great. Like the trailer looks like amazing, and I'm excited to try it out. Again, not knowing much about the lore, it's a perfect starting point because it's literally the beginning, like the very beginning. So, and then if I fall in love, I could get into the series. A lot of my friends play it, so hey, it's definitely one to join. I know they're all probably excited too to get it. But yeah, it was just a great showcase, and I'm not even touching on games like Konami revealed the Metal Gear Solid 3 remake here, which confirms it's coming to Xbox, right? And I know traditionally Metal Gear has been a PlayStation only release or series, but that very much shut that down. And there's a bunch of releases, but those are the main that I found exciting. But seriously, if you haven't watched it, like, check it out. It's like under 2 hours, and just banger after banger, really. It was a lot of variety, so not just shooters or like RPGs. It was like a little something for everybody, and most of these games are day one Game Pass, so if you're a subscriber, the value of that just endlessly increases, and you get to play these and Black Ops 6 day one. So yeah, never a better time to be an Xbox fan than right now. But yeah, guys, let me know what you thought. The showcase was amazing. If you like this type of content, I try to make new videos at least once a week. So please like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. And as always, everyone, I've been your host, Oxy. Take care, and I'll see you next time.